Alrighty, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, today is Tuesday, February 17th, and today I ended up taking a loss. So, we're going to talk about that and to talk about kind of how I can improve, what I did wrong, and yeah, stuff like that. So, coming into market open, the 4 hour obviously it looks a little different than when I took my trade because this candle wasn't even here, and this candle was like up in the sky over here. But yeah, 4 hour, we are honestly, we weren't moving a whole lot coming into market open. We were kind of just like stuck. Okay. Feel like we were kind of just stuck in this range right here. And I also noticed we had this fair value gap here, but we've kind of failed to push out of that. And yeah, so that was something I was thinking about. We also had this fair value gap up here that we filled in, obviously, on Friday, and that kind of led us to move lower. We were definitely a little bit more bullet or bearish coming into the day, and I feel like that's something I kind of neglected and something that could have prevented me from taking my trade. Um, but yeah, coming into market open, we could kind of see that we were definitely a little consolidated. We're just not moving a whole lot. And also, it's better to look on the 30 minute, and I'll show you guys in a second. But overall, in the hourly, we did have this fair value gap that got filled, this fair value gap that got filled. And obviously, this one wasn't as much of a push downwards, but we still filled it and rejected out of it. So, coming into this time, I should have said at this point in time, okay, so basically we have these highs up here. They're not really that strong of draws because we use them to fill in this hourly gap. But I kind of said that, but I kind of just ignored that, I feel like, and that it's good. It's good that I made a mistake because it's something that I'm able to learn from. And I also do feel like these draws were not that strong as well. But on the 30 minute, you can kind of see it more. This is what the market open was looking like right away. And same thing on ES. It looked like we were having a pretty decent rejection from these lows, from sweeping out these lows right here. So that's kind of what my bias was going into the day, was we are rejecting off of these. I'm a little bit more bullish because it looked like we were doing that. It looked like we were, forming some bullish candles, and I think I could have done better. I think now looking at this, you have to look at the higher time frames. Look at the higher time frames. We on the hourly, we were filling in this gap and pushing out of it, and we were filling in this gap and pushing out of it. I feel like I just kind of, heard that, and then it just out the other ear, and just kind of ignored that and got more focused on the lower time frames. And like the 15 minute really was not showing a whole lot. We were pretty consolidated coming into market open, but again, we did have this push up. We do get a bigger structure here. It looks decent. Obviously, that candle did not close well, but it looks decent. And in my opinion, there weren't really many strong draws on the day, and higher time frame, we are kind of still in a range, I would say. So overall, coming into the day, not a very high probability day. I feel like I also kind of neglected that, and I think I was pretty antsy to get into the market today, and I think that's something that I need to not do, and just it's definitely something I can learn from for sure. Um, but yeah, I also do believe that I was just thinking about more like the monetary part of trading, which is not what I need to be thinking about. I need to be thinking about the process as a whole and getting better as a trader and getting better as a person. So, why did I take this trade? All right. Well, that's kind of because right off the market open, we were pushing up. Honestly, we were pushing up. It was looking like a good setup. If this was a good drawn liquidity, which it really wasn't because we used it to fill in a gap and then we absolutely dumped from it. And I feel like I just neglected that. And it's definitely something I can improve on for sure, which is good. I'd rather, like have something I can improve on than nothing at all. So 100% I'm okay with it. But right away we come up, we break past these highs, which really are kind of the only thing that would be stopping us to come and take out these lows or take out those highs, and we end up pushing past it decently. Then we get a little bit of a chop, a little bit of a retracement. These wicks honestly don't bother me too much in my opinion, but I definitely could have seen them and said, okay, now if we come down and fill in this gap, I want to wait for a little bit of confirmation. Did we get any confirmation? No, we didn't. We didn't get any confirmation until we were literally like past these lows, or I guess you could say this too. But yeah, we didn't really get any confirmation until we inverse this gap completely. So that definitely could have saved my butt today. But overall, I market entered once we got a 1-to-1 because I wanted to see us come down, tap in this 5-minute gap, get a push out of it, and just smack these highs. Did we do that? Obviously not. But I think there was a decent probability that we would do that most of the time. You know what I mean? We did get super close to these highs, and on ES we did do the exact same thing, and we just didn't come back up and sweep them out. So overall, I feel like I'm content with it, but there's definitely things I can learn from, and I think one of them is being obviously look at higher time frames, understand what we are doing on like the hourly, and look at your draws. You know, was this a high probability draw? Not really, no, because it was used to fill in a gap and then push lower. Did I kind of neglect that and forget that? Yes. And would it have been better for me to just not take a trade today instead of forcing a trade? 1000%. Well, that's definitely something we can learn from, and definitely something we can take into the future. So from now, I feel like I can also wait for some more confirmation as well. Obviously, there are going to be certain trades where, you know, if it's like such a trade where you need to get entered there, or your draw is like super duper confirmed, you don't necessarily need that confirmation. But I feel like that definitely is something that we could have had here. But again, I was, not wondering if we were going to even pull down into this 5-minute gap, because that is a decent retracement. So yeah, overall, I think there's definitely things I can improve on. Some things I definitely did all right with today. But yeah, we ended up taking a loss, and that's just how it goes.